Today we're going to be talking about what the Ignite employees revealed about Dan Bilzerian. Make sure you stay until the end so you don't miss out on the shocking info that was said by the employees. You'll be absolutely shocked. A pod company? There's a high chance that poker player and internet sensation Dan Bilzerian's company Ignite could go bankrupt in the next fortnight. Dan Bilzerian's new pod company may soon go up in smoke. The most recent venture from the party animal and self-proclaimed king of Instagram resulted in a $50 million wastage last year by Ignite International, which sells a wide variety of weed-related products. Ignite lost $43 million on expenses related to marketing and promotion, as well as office leases alone, according to its annual filings, first reported on by Forbes. Dan Bilzerian, aka the King of Instagram, is the CEO and founder of Ignite International Brands, etc., which specializes in electronic cigarettes, cannabis, and several other products. Over the course of the last few months, worrisome reports have surfaced which hint at the company being hit by major financial issues, and according to reports by Forbes, Dan Bilzerian's Ignite lost a whopping $50 million last year. Indeed, Ignite appears to have footed the bill for Bilzerian's gun-toting, private jet-flying playboy lifestyle, paying him a salary as well as the travel expenses of the other companies he owns. Dan Bilzerian, however, seems to be dismissive of such rumors, courtesy of his recent tweet in which he cited the example of Uber to draw a parallel and counter bankruptcy rumors about Ignite. Despite his dismissiveness, things don't seem to be looking up for the former US Navy SEALs trainee turned venture capitalist as Ignite continues its steep fall from grace. Who is Dan Bilzerian? Dan Bilzerian was born to corporate raider Paul Bilzerian and Terry Stephan on December 7, 1980, in Tampa, Florida. He is the brother of fellow poker player Adam Bilzerian. He is of Armenian descent through his father. His father was a corporate raider on Wall Street who set up trust funds for both his sons to live on. Bilzerian claims to have subsequently enrolled at the University of Florida and studied there for years, majoring in business and criminology, but it's unclear if he ever graduated. Dan participated in the 2008 World Series of Poker main event where he finished 180th place. In 2010, he was voted one of the funniest poker players on Twitter by Bluff magazine. In November 2011, Bilzerian was one of those sued over debt of honor winnings that had been paid in no-contract poker games by Toby Maguire. That very same year, after Alex Rodriguez had been publicly accused of illegal gambling, Bilzerian came to his defense, arguing that Alex Rodriguez was absent at said event, in which he himself was present. In November 2013, Bilzerian posted an unconfirmed claim that he won $10.8 million from a single night of playing poker, and in 2014, claimed to have won $50 million throughout the year. Adding to that, he doesn't play against professionals anymore, and the most he's ever lost in a single session is $3.6 million. Bilzerian is featured on Joe Rogan's podcast on social media platform YouTube, explaining the run-up to his poker career. Bilzerian's Los Angeles house, for example, has a monthly rent of $200,000. The house, along with the parties, boats, and models, are charged to Ignite International Limited, a company that Bilzerian helped to develop. As revealed by TMZ, Bilzerian used the funds to purchase a $60,000 Star Wars gun set, a $50,000 bed frame, and a $75,000 paintball field. Besides the fact that these items are dream purchases of a 12-year-old, there is nothing fundamentally wrong with buying them. That is, unless you made them with the company's credit card, and according to Forbes, Ignite managed to lose a staggering $50 million in 2019. Ignite International Brands Limited, which deals in e-cigarettes, CBD oils, water bottles, and vodka, as well as other products, is governed by Dan Bilzerian. Ignite is a public company headquartered in Toronto, Canada that began trading in January 2019 under the ticker BILZF. The company reportedly lost over $50 million in 2019, mostly on marketing and office rental expenses. Bilzerian's Instagram feed is littered with photos of him on yachts, private jets, playing chess while surrounded by stacks of cash, and even posing with a massive gun with the Ignite logo carved into its receiver. Ignite deals in an extensive range of products, which include water bottles, vodka, THC vape pens, and CBD oils. Forbes cannabis reporter, however, wrote that it has never encountered a product from Ignite in the wild. For the past year and a half, Ignite, which commenced its public operations in Canada in January 2019, trading under the BILZF ticker, has seen its stock value, which is currently at 70 cents, drop more than 70%. Losing money is now not a new thing for Dan Bilzerian. The 39-year-old entrepreneur recently lost a book deal with Simon & Schuster because he was too busy partying to deliver a manuscript, Page 6 reported last month. Ignite recently released their financial records for Q2, 2.5 months late after the deadline. However, they finally released them in a way where nobody could find them. It's not on their website, which is horrendous. What kind of public company doesn't put its own financials on its own website? That's unheard of. So they throw it on some website which is hard to get to. However, we found it and we got some really interesting details. Based on the financials, the company in 2 weeks is going to be literally out of cash. Not balance sheet insolvency, not theoretical accounting insolvency, they are literally out of cash in exactly 14 days. Based on these financials, the company started the year with $15.1 million and ended the second quarter with $5.8 million, meaning it burned through nearly $9 million in a span of 6 months. That means it burns through $1.5 million every single month. Now, if you have $5.8 million on June 30th, it literally means you've got 4 months left to live. That's it. From June 30th, 4 months you get October 30th. They literally had zero growth from last year. A company that sells weed online during a pandemic, while everyone else is stuck at home smoking weed, had 0% growth over the last year. That is insane. We were told that Ignite is going to get healthier, and they're going to fix a lot of these things. They're going to spend less, their expenditures are the same, their gross profit is abysmal, their efficiency is in the toilet. Like any good businessman, it seems Bilzerian sticks someone else with the bill. Public records have shown that Bilzerian, who used Ignite as an ATM, owns at least a stake in other Montana and Nevada headquartered companies. Ignite cash went to pay salaries, including fees, business expenses, and travel expenses for companies owned by the CEO, according to the report. It is of great doubt that the company had shared with its shareholders and the holders of its debt until the release of its annual report. But it's fair to declare that the company publicly said it was doing one thing, while it, or Dan Bilzerian, who can say, did another. We would look to be cash flow positive certainly in 2020, former company president Jim McCormick, a former tobacco executive who pivoted to the cannabis sector after 2016, told an interviewer in May of last year. We run the company very lean and mean. Spoilers, they don't. This optimistic speech is incomparable to the melancholy of the annual report. Here's a telling passage from the company's directors, who declared that in order to keep going, they will need even more of someone else's money, and that now is a very bad time to go begging. The company will need to raise capital in order to fund its operations and continue its existing and prospective expansion into strategic markets. This need may be adversely impacted by uncertain capital market conditions, including those created by the COVID-19 pandemic, an inability to secure strategic partnerships in key markets, and an unfavorable perception of the Ignite brand, wrote the company's board of directors before warning investors that the whole thing might be ready to self-immolate. Although the company itself has been quite successful in the past in obtaining financing, there's no assurance that it will be able to obtain adequate financing in the future, or that such financing will be on terms that are acceptable to the company. They continued. The uncertainty of the company's ability to achieve profitable operations and its success in raising additional capital funding may cast significant doubt on the company's ability to continue as a going concern. That same prognostication, failure is imminent, was also the analysis offered by the accounting firm that reviewed the company's books. Relatively, in trying to keep Ignite afloat, Dan Bilzerian will also use public funds. The company reported receiving just short of $1.2 million in Paycheck Protection Program loans from the Small Business Administration. Ignite intends on applying for loan forgiveness, the company said. Okay, an enormous marketing machine that didn't sell anything. A brand that its own directors worry may be toxic, floated by debt and investors. Is that all there is behind Dan Bilzerian's company? Maybe. While you're here, go ahead and click on one of these videos on your screen. See you there.